Hi, this is Greg Ryan from Greg Ryan Fitness Coaching. We are continuing our series on how I added $96,431 to my personal training business part-time. We've been talking about the biophotonic scanner and the antioxidant free radical tester that I came across my desk a few years ago. We've been talking a little bit about the technology about that. We've been talking about how we created income streams off of that piece of technology through scan scores and off of nutrition programs and different things like that. I want to talk directly today about why I believe that this piece of technology is on the cutting edge of revolutionizing the fitness industry as we see it. If you look at technology and the history behind technology, you can't keep up with it, number one. And number two, it changes the game. And I believe that now that we have a biomarker that we can test the strength of one's immune system, us as fitness trainers can educate our clientele on the true health of their immune system, as well as their body fats and cholesterol and things of that nature. We have really run the gamut of what we've been talking about. So this part 3, I really want to focus on the vision of where I see this piece of technology going. And I also want to talk about how I have started incorporating this into making a lot more money on the duplication side of the business. If you study any form of Fortune 500 companies such as Apple, Starbucks, those two in particular, those are duplication machines. They are franchising. They come out with new technology, new drinks, and they create a purpose-driven business and a feel-good type of business. And I believe that the biophotonic scanner is similar to when Starbucks started off and when Apple started off in their technology and how the business model behind it. And we will talk a little bit about the business model in the next few minutes and possibly over into some other parts of this series. Again, I am unplugged. I do not take notes. I speak off the cuff. Sometimes I could probably take some of the stuff back that I say on tape, but this is just me. I do better by just talking about the passions that I have in my profession. And so you will not have anything scripted. I usually only do one take of my tapes. I'm not a perfectionist. I don't care what you think of me. I am here to educate and to duplicate. That's the bottom line. I want to educate you on where the fitness trends are going, educate you on how I have created a substantial amount of income over the years, and also to kind of plant some seeds on where the industry is going as a whole and where I am. And for the sake of being humble and not arrogant, this is where I am going. You have your own choice on where you want to go in your business. Personally, I do not want to be controlled by other people. Personally, I want to retire. Personally, I want an exit strategy. And we talked about like that in the last part is, do you have an exit strategy? And this biophotonic scanner in the fitness training business has given me an exit strategy to where I can do whatever I want to do, wherever I want to do it, when I want to do it, and who I want to do it with. And that is freedom. And freedom is there, it's priceless. And I don't know if you can say that about your business, but I can. And I want to share with you my vision where I am going with this biophotonic scanner and what it's going to allow me to do in other aspects of my life. And some people are going to say, well, why are you involved in a direct sales business? Because it makes perfect business sense. If you look at the trends and if you look at where things are going, this is perfect. It is the number one business model in the world. It has created more millionaires than any other business, bar none. It is the same thing as Apple. It is the same thing as Starbucks. And if you have a problem with direct sales business, then this tape is not for you. But I am going to share with you not only how I made $96,000 part-time over the last 16 months, but where I'm going to triple that in the next 3 or 4 years, working half the time that you guys will work. And so I just want to share with you where I am going with this. Now, let's go back to the biophotonic scanner and the actual income. We talked about the scanning fees. And so you go out and you scan people at your gym, at a local health fair, at Starbucks, wherever you want to go, and you scan people, and you can charge, $20, $30, $40 per scan, $2 if you would like, and you can make an actual income. And so we have put together, myself and a Fortune 500 company, is a spreadsheet that will kind of teach you of how we have duplicated this into doing bigger things. So what we've also done is not only have we been involved in a biomarker, but we also have included a supplementation in this process to help people raise their antioxidant scores as well as their immune systems. And we can track it. I'll talk about this at a later time as far as the company that I am involved in. But the bottom line is I have a measuring tool, and I can measure the supplementation that I incorporate into my practice. You might have a different supplement that you like to use, and that is fine. But I will warn you, if that scan score does not go up and that client is taking that supplement is not absorbing into that client's income or digestive system. Excuse me, I get ahead of myself a little bit because I get excited because I want to talk to you about the numbers of the biophotonic scanner. So we, just for instance, this direct sales company, and in most direct sales company will pay you a percentage of the volume that goes through your business. And so what I'd like to do is just share with you basic 3 scans a day type of business model and the income that you will generate, or we are generating, on a passive income approach. Now that I've said that, I want to tell you that we are talking about passive income mainly in this videotape. Actual income was from the scan scores, and now passive income is the residual income that you will create if you incorporate some type of direct sales into your practice. And I am telling you that the business model works, and we are doing some huge things across the world with this biophotonic scanner and the duplication process. But for me, the next step was not only from the actual scan scores that I created, but how could I make a residual income off of the biomarker measuring tool. So what I did is I incorporated a nutraceutical, the nutraceutical therapy, I call it, into my practice, and that is a new wave of supplementation that's coming into our mainstream here in America. It's been in Asia for 10 or so years. Asia is a lot farther ahead of us than in America, but that is kind of the new wave coming down the pipe, is the supplementation of nutraceuticals and more plant-based type of supplementation. And so as you see here on the spreadsheet, that if we just scan 3 people a day and then take an actual income of that, and then if you look to the right side of that, it says 50% annual attrition rate, which means that, let's just say, for instance, that you have a business and you're scanning people and you put half of those people on a nutraceutical or direct sales type of business, and then you'll see underneath the number 3, you'll also see the percentage of signups of an automatic delivery system, which most direct sales companies have, and that's 50% of that. So we're very conservative when we talk about this spreadsheet of 3 scans a day. 50% go on the supplementation, and even 50% of those even fall out. Now, over a period of time, if you understand the business model of direct sales has an accumulation factor. It also has a automatic delivery system, so you have no inventory, you have none of that. So as you can see here, I won't get too in depth in the numbers of this spreadsheet, but I can share this with you. I can send it to you. It's all public knowledge. It's a publicly traded company. So what are we doing is we're incorporating this technology with actual income of scanning and then creating a supplementation, a direct sales business off of that, and that is creating a residual income. Now, look down at the bottom right-hand corner in where it's got that blue arrow, and this is the numbers that we are creating just off of 3 scans per day. And half the people on our supplementation program. Now, I will challenge any trainer in the world. I will challenge any gym owner in the world. I will challenge anyone in the fitness industry in the world that can create these numbers with no inventory, no overhead, no liability. I will challenge any gym owner, let me say that again, any gym owner, any personal trainer, can you add $100,000 to your bottom line with no inventory, no overhead, and no liability? You can't do it. You can't. Nobody's told me how you can. Do you have a treadmill in your gym that will pay you this amount of money? You do not. You do not have a piece of equipment. There is not one that is created that could be incorporated into your wellness facility, into your wellness practice, that will generate you money by scanning 3 people a day, and half of those people go on a nutraceutical direct sales, and half of those people quit, and your volume of income is almost $100,000. It doesn't exist, but we are doing these numbers with our biophotonic scanner, and I am telling you, this is where the industry is going. If you have a piece of technology that tests the antioxidants and free radical and the true health of your clients, and then you can use that as a measuring tool for other actual incomes of nutrition services, things of that nature. And that's what we have done over the last couple years. We are right on that verge of creating a huge movement of this antioxidant scanner into wellness facilities, gyms, nutrition places, doctors, and we'll talk more about the medical community as we go along. But as you can see here, these numbers are real. This is public knowledge. We don't fudge anything, and that is conservatively with 3 scans per day. Now, why a direct sales business? Because there's the numbers. So while you guys are working and you are creating actual income and worrying about the economy and worrying about if your client's going to show up or not, I am constantly generating month after month after month a residual income that I can set here in the hills of the Colorado Rocky Mountains, drinking my water or whatever I want to drink, and I can sleep peaceful at night. So for the beginning, I wanted to talk a little bit about the actual income of how I created $96,431 part-time. Now we're going to transition into the direct sales passive income, where this is my exit strategy. You do not have an exit strategy, or you wouldn't be listening to this. I have an exit strategy. I just turned 50 years old. I started this when I was 16 years old. I knew that I needed an exit strategy before this thing was all said and done because my father taught me proper planning prevents poor performance. And I had to. And I accidentally come across this thing on my desk 3 years ago, and this is where we are. So we have an actual income. We have a passive income. We have an exit strategy. And we will talk more about why a direct sales business down the road. But the vision of this biophotonic scanner is we have a little over 1,000 of them in the United States today. We are projected to quadruple that in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. We have them in the Olympic training centers and NBA, NFL, NBA. I mean, we're just scratching the surface. Every gym will have one of these biophotonic scanners in their practice probably in the next 5, 15, 20 years. I just got to believe that. It's just common sense. So that gives you a little idea of where we are going with this. We have actual income, passive income, exit strategy. If you want more information on this great piece of technology or any of my other books and stuff, you can email me at gregryanfitness@yahoo.com.